Hello, everybody. This is a sound test. Can you hear my voice through the microphone, out of your speakers, and into your ears? Hello, mole people. Somebody just tell me you can hear me. Sound okay? Oh, good. It says no one's. It says I have 0 viewers, but I think there's more than that. I had to change my thumbnail. It was set to the wrong thumbnail. No one's going to be watching. We'll get started in less than 4 minutes. Let's get started at 4:05. Take this time to call in 401-213-9828. Once again, that's 401-213-9828. Feel free to call and leave a voicemail, and we will get started very shortly. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're coming from. Oh, hey, mole people. My Venmo, you know, it is the same as my Instagram. Trying to see if I have an image for it. Hey, Texas in the house. Texas Sue's from Texas. Who would have thought? Okay, let me go get a diet soda and then we'll get started. It's going to be a hot one today, folks. Dude, Crystal's here from Boston, Massachusetts. My Patriots got eliminated from the playoffs yesterday. Diane is happy that my live stream is finally over, everybody. All right, we need a little bit of a higher energy song. So let's start this off with a little bit of a higher energy song, and then we'll get going. Sabine says, I'm happy. I think this was one of the best seasons. Yeah, well, let's talk about that, Sabine. It was an interesting season, by all means. That's a good song here. It's not really a Christmas song, but it's a good intro song. Right when that beat drops, maybe we'll slide in the video. There it is, folks. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bachelorette Precap. This is the preview episode of The Bachelor. Oh, look at those lights up behind me. I got to turn those off. You know, the lights, they don't blink, but with the frame rate of the camera, it makes it look like they're blinking. So it's really annoying. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream edition of Bachelor Precap, a guy's review. As always, it is your man of the hour, Dave Neal. I wanted to go grab a Diet Coke and have a afternoon Diet Coke, but I didn't have any cold Diet Cokes in the fridge, so I'm going to have to drink a peppermint patty pastry stout. Is anyone having a beer out there? Can I let me know what you're drinking on your end? So, yes, that's right, Oz. Sheriff Oz in the house. Festive on my end. We are days away from Christmas. A little bit of shopping left to do. Your boy might have to stroll into a dispensary for some festive stocking stuffers. We call them stocking edibles. Anyone else doing stocking edibles out there? Let me tell you something. If you're out there in the world and you don't enjoy Christmas with your family, you're not eating enough weed. Let me tell you that. You need an edible, folks. All right, let's change this song here. This was our good intro music. We're into the finals, folks. We made it. How do you guys feel about that? We have coffee and Coke out there. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get a little sound. Let's see if we can get a good little intro tap here. You like that? Oh, baby. Cheers, guys. Happy Monday. This is a peppermint patty stout from Uinta Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah. It is made with lactose and natural flavors. It's got a peppermint and mocha twist to it. And, of course, a stout is a very dark beer. You know, it's actually got some light carbonation in there, and it tastes amazing. I'm not a beer snob. I like a nice, decent lager. The cheaper the beer, the better. I like a cold Coors Light. I'm just a basic guy. But we tried these festive holiday beverages for the holidays. Can you imagine that? Holiday beverages for the holidays. And we got them at Trader Joe's. And I got to tell you, peppermint patty, not bad. The alcohol percentage is pretty high on this, so it's going to be an episode, folks. It's pretty high. I can't really see what 8.5% alcohol. So this is like 2 Bud Lights. Or if you were in Utah, there's some laws, some Mormon laws over there in Utah. Anyone listening from Utah, you guys, you can't. Your alcohol is less in your beer, right? Isn't it more like 3%? Mormon country. Oz called it moron country, but I think I understand. Oz, you've already removed someone? Oh, do you mean one Hanukkah day removed? I thought you meant like you removed someone, like you were calling the trolls Hanukkahs. I don't know why that would be the case. I just, sometimes I look at the chat and I feel like I'm walking in on a conversation I wasn't invited to. Christina Andrews says, I just watched your Beer on the Roof vlog today. Well, thank you so much. Well, in that case, cheers to you. We had plenty of festive beers with my buddy Channing and my fiance Tasha Marie. She's on the couch in the other room. Tasha, say hi to everybody. Can you hear me? Say hi to everybody. Hold on, I'm going to boost the mic. Say hi to everyone. Hello. I don't know if they could hear you, but she says hello. Lesia, hey, how are you? Oh, a little loud on my end. How are you doing today, Lesia? Imagine if they completely scrapped Claire's 12 days of filming and gave us some made-up excuse and we ended up having a full season of Tayshia. A girl can dream. I feel like Claire was like the girlfriend we regret having, but they taught us a lesson in what we don't want in life. And for that, do you remember how excited these guys were after Claire was gone and they got a new chance at a new person? They had this young hope. They had that sort of happiness you have when the long winter snow melts and you can go outside and play again. That's what all the guys had recess face. You know that face you make when it feels like you've been at school for 48 straight hours because it's 11:45 in the morning and you're just waiting for lunch so you can go to recess after and you're just looking out the window? Those guys had looking out the window face, just waiting for a new chance. Katie Fisher's in the house, getting excited for the finale. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Jen Murphy, everybody. Jen Murphy, I know you've tried to send me this package now for 2 weeks. It says the package is in Los Angeles, but it doesn't say it's made it over here. So I wait with bated breath. I'm so excited to receive my package, Jen Murphy. I hope it's not something perishable because it's been lost in the mail. Unless it's cookies. If you're sending me cookies, I don't care if they're stale. I will eat your cookies. That's a metaphor, and also in real life, I will eat your cookies. Whatever you guys feed me. Lesia said, Dave Neal, the twinkle in their eyes was back. Right, they had that twinkle. Do women get... See, I love talking gender because men and women, statistically are different. Sure, some women are stronger than men. Some men are smart, some it goes whatever. It goes both ways. But men, when they get together, it's dangerous sometimes because there's just this ball of testosterone. Women, you get together, you share your periods, you watch soap operas, you start a knitting class, you love holding your tea in your two hands and scrouching up. This is what women, every single girl that's ever been on The Bachelor sits like this and just talks to each other. They just hold their tea. This is what every episode of The Bachelor is. Anyway, I'm on to you, ladies. I don't know what you're doing over there, but that's that's your comfort zone. And then men, we're man spreading. We're doing things. We're like doing jumping jacks and pull-ups where we shouldn't be doing pull-ups, and that's just how it is, folks. It's different out there. So when you see these men get together, and the first night, they play it cool. Claire's here. They've done their research. They know what they're gonna say. They know their first line. Blah blah blah. Dumpster fire. 12 days of dumpster fire. Claire starts yelling at them. Yusuf fights back. The toxic energy. You couldn't light up a whole sage forest to save the energy of that season. And then she leaves. And who shows up? The girl that's just happy to be there. You know what I mean? Pretty much Cinderella. Tayshia's Cinderella. Because Cinderella wasn't allowed to go to the ball, but she still figured it out and showed up. So Cinderella had this air of gratitude about her, whereas Claire had stepsister energy. So we appreciated Tayshia's just happiness to be alive. Tayshia had Make-A-Wish Foundation energy. She was just happy to be alive. Annie said, that sounds like hell. I don't think I could go on the show. I have a strong dislike for most people and need them in small doses. I think the whole show, Annie, should just be introverts forced to do group activities together. Wouldn't that be fun? A whole show of just introverts just feigning, social skills. Lesia said, have you read or listened to any interview podcasts that the men have done talking about their season and how weird it was, but also great in the friendships they made? Yeah, of course. I hate to relate something like this show to the military, because it's, first of all, two things I've never done. But I can imagine the camaraderie built in unique situations. You can't just share that with someone who wasn't part of that situation. So they build this camaraderie, and they kind of treat it like they're in some squadron that served in Vietnam. It's like, oh, what'd you do time in? Oh, season 18. Ooh, that was a rough one. You had a rough one. Oh, Claire's tour? Boy. Yeah, time served. You got a Medal of Freedom just for making it out of that thing alive. Leslie said, you're curious if my perception of any of the guys has changed. Here's where I'm not great at, I wouldn't be good at stirring up drama, I don't think, because a lot of my views are way more reasonable. I'm always like to talk about people in the past. I'm always like, well, Chad Johnson, you could see the funny, fun-loving guy in him before his ego gets in the way and whatever his personal issues are. You can see that in Evan. You can see the good side in Leo. You can see the good side in all these different villains. You really can if you wanted to look for it. If we're not just going to hold the angry pitchforks, you can see the good in the different people. And that, I don't know. I think what the show wants us to be is enraged. They want us to be angry that Bennett acted the way he did. They want us to be angry at Noah. And it's like, well, I'm sure they're all just reasonable people trying to figure it out, But I don't mind stoking the fire. I don't mean poking at it, because that's what we do here. I do wonder though with Tayshia, she was so beloved, and rightfully so. I give her a lot of credit. One of the best bachelorettes of all time, all things considered. The scenario thrown into it, quarantine, Didn't know it was going to happen. Not the guys that were picked for her. Yada, yada, yada. But she did sort of get, as high as we set the bar for Tayshia, she did sort of start to get a little bit like, bossy, like, are you here for me? You're not telling me you love me. Like, all right, chill out. You've known these guys for about, 3 episodes of Seinfeld by this point, right? We barely know each other. I would be the type in that like Rachel would hate. So we talked about this last episode, but Rachel basically, we know Rachel Lindsay, the first Black Bachelorette. She was from a few years ago, a lawyer. She, her dad's a judge. She's very argumentative, opinionated. I like that. All about it. She's a lawyer. Her dad's a judge. Nothing but opinions. She gets paid for her opinion. But at the same time, her reasoning for not wanting Ben to be the Bachelor is because Ben couldn't get to love Tayshia in time. And Lindsay said she had the same issue with Peter, where Peter couldn't get to love her in time. But what Rachel said was she was the same way until she became the Bachelorette. Put it this way. Rachel Lindsay, it was easier for her to jump into the Bachelorette, and why not? She had the guys fighting over her. I can see when you're on the receiving end of things, it's like they're all coming after you. Of course you can jump into it. So for her to criticize Ben, and there's a lot of reasons you can criticize Ben for not being ready. I mean, the guy's he's working on himself, right, folks? I'm just working on me. I was like, you better work overtime on you, okay? But for her to criticize Ben because he was like Peter, it's like, just because Peter wasn't that into you, I mean, Peter just wasn't into Rachel enough to take that leap that early on. It doesn't mean it couldn't grow into something big. It just means it wasn't there. So a little scorn, bitterness I thought that Rachel had for talking about why she didn't think Ben could get there. And then with Tayshia, you don't see bitterness with Tayshia so much as like, I think she's questioning what these guys' intentions are. Tayshia doesn't get to watch this season the way we do. She just kind of like sees 20 guys all sweet talking her, and she has to decide which one she likes. Jen said, if you watch Bachelor fan take, you'll already know what happens. He sleuthed it out already, and it wasn't very hard, apparently. I have to rewind here. Michelle said, what do we think is going to happen tonight? Jen said, sorry, guys. Andrea said, true, Dave. Of course you're going to be terrified to tell someone you love them when they've all rejected you once you try to take them aside. Yeah, so for me, it's like, I'm just looking at this like, it's already such an unrealistic expectation of how the season should go, falling in love in this short of time and competing with others, that I don't look bad on any guy for not being able to get there, or girl. I said, I don't think Peter was ready. Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you're not ready for that person. Sometimes you might not be ready, and then all of a sudden you are. And that's, who knows? Who knows? I think you know when you know. So any sort of delay that he had. What was interesting is Rachel wanted Peter to get there. And again, we're going back a couple of seasons. She wanted Peter to get there, but she also said she already had got the guy that she wanted to marry. So it makes you wonder, like, did she just want, it was like an ego thing why she wanted both guys to fall for her? Maybe Peter could feel that she was more into the other guy. It's always complicated. It's never some very specific variable. Sabine says, I actually have no idea what's going to happen tonight, and I think that's what makes the season great. I'm not sure who she will choose. And Annie said, I see the engagement more of a promise ring, like her. You don't seem to suck, and I could see a relationship with you. We will see what happens. Jen said, I'm getting through that. Turn this down here. What you cooking, Tasha? Tasha's making some pasta. Cries said, when Tayshia walked Ben out, their convo and her disappointment in Ben felt like a repeat of the awful Listen to Your Heart breakup, where the blonde girl was like, wait, that's it. Lisa said, I think Ben was very misunderstood by Tayshia. And Sabine said, Dave, when did you know for Tasha? I mean, the timeline here is so crazy, right? Well, Tasha and I, we were friends for a while. I got to take this neck thing off. No, I'll leave it on. We're going to keep it on for the full. I think it's very tough because we've talked about this extensively on our podcast and in different ways. I knew I was in love with Tasha early on. I told Tasha I loved her. She didn't tell me back. I didn't care. I told her. Don't even feel like this has to be a two-way convo. I love you. I'm letting you know. I'm one of those weird people. If we die tomorrow, I got to let you know. I had to get it out. No games. And it's probably because I had played games in the past with people where like they're like not saying they love you, but you know they do, and it's like, what's your plan here? So I don't like that. I don't put there should be a lot of weight into loving someone, but there shouldn't be a lot of weight into the word. I'm not a word person. Words don't mean as much to me as actions, and I was showing her that I was falling in love with her, and I told her. So that and then I believe Tasha told me soon thereafter. You know, within a reasonable amount of time. I never got to the point where I was worried. I mean, no offense, Tasha. I mean, I could tell you loved me. I don't know if you've been listening to the convo. She's washing dishes. I knew you loved me. I was a little confused about it because we started off as friends, so like there was a lot of friendship love first. So when we kicked a couple field goals, if you will, yeah, whatever that means, I kind of knew things were heading in that direction. And that wasn't something that I threw around lightly either. I wasn't a big fall for everyone I was dating type of guy. It's just, you know, late 20s, dated around, kind of knew what was going on. Andrea said a lot of the most successful relationships from Bachelor in Paradise and Bachelor and Bachelorette are those who picked their second choices, like Jason or Ari, and frankly, probably Rachel. Ari's a weird one, right? They just announced they're having twins. They've had a tough year. He just got over COVID, and they had a miscarriage that I think was pretty late into her term, which is unfortunate. But they're expecting twins now. They announced that today. So yeah, it was weird with Ari, right? He had Becca. That was one of the hardest breakups to watch. You know, the cameras are showing up. He kept on following Becca around before he broke up with her. Then next thing you know, weeks later, she becomes Bachelorette. I mean, when you talk about, Becca's got one of the most dramatic runs on the show between that and Garrett. And we love Becca. I think Becca's great. I think she's had a rough go at it. I would put it this way. Of all the people that have been on the show, I think I would watch Becca again. More than Hannah Brown. You know, people have said maybe Hannah Brown will come back. Please don't. Please, roll Tide. Roll your way out, okay? Tasha laughed at that. Roll your way somewhere else. So Ari had to break Becca's heart to start a family with the one he was meant to be. And how did he choose Becca over his current wife? Was it because Becca was the loud one? I mean, his wife is very introverted. She seems very loving but quiet, around others. Maybe he wasn't able to see how much she loved him, and he saw that Becca loved him, and it was like, well, Becca loves me, and that's not always the way it should work, but when that's how it can happen. I mean, in our relationship, I've had to learn ways in which Tasha doesn't express things the way I do, and early on, I would take that as some sort of insult or, well, I did this and I show her this and we all process things differently. So it probably took Ari some time to figure out he made the wrong choice. And that boils up, that's a Bachelor Nation zit. That's going to boil to the surface. And he just knew he did it wrong. So everyone can hate him all they want. But when you look back on it, I mean, Ari's got a family. It looks like they've made the right decision, at least for now. Sabine said, from what I remember, his family preferred Becca, probably because Becca is an extrovert. Yeah, of course. Becca shows up. She's sporty. She's lovable. She walks in. Whereas the other girl, I always say the other one. Who did he marry? What's her name? I want to say like Lindsay, but that's not it. What's her name? It's like an Ashley or a Lindsay. Ari and Lauren. That's it. Lauren. It's one of those brunch girl names. It's always a girl who's at brunch. Like Lauren, party of 5. What? Yeah, it's Lauren. Is it Lauren? Let me know, guys. Anyway, you see it, and you got to be happy for them. And it's always one of those, in relationships, you always wonder, like, oh, do you want to, sometimes 2 peas in a pod, 2 extroverts, sure. Sometimes you need different types of energy to balance each other out, and maybe that's what they have. Lesia said, my Bachelor hill that I will die on is that the Ari, Becca, Lauren ending was planned, but they will never reveal it. That's an interesting one. I don't agree with you because of the way Ari was really smeared. Like, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Like, it made Ari look really bad. That's what I thought. But interesting. Jessica Lee said maybe because they have to choose like the day after Fantasy Suites, so much pressure. Yeah. And how much pressure would it have to be to have your family chime in? Well, we think you should choose so-and-so. It's like, what do you know? You weren't in the Fantasy Suite with me. Like, you don't know what was going on. Tasha, when did your family tell you I was a good catch? Oh, she said, I don't know. Did they, or your family doesn't, I mean, they're not the type to tell you, like, this is the guy, but, you know. They had hesitation?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you talk? Wait, before they met, but. Well, yeah, okay, fine. We got in a fight. Well, that's gonna happen. No, but that was our first time home? No, that wasn't our first time home. That's not true at all.
Well,
That was like our, that was like 3.
I think that was the first time everybody was like, why is he wasting her time?
There's like 3, that was like 3 years in, Tasha.
Yeah.
You ever have this in a relationship where you don't? Well, that's a big leap. That's a big leap to make. And I mean, 3 years in to have a fight, it's like I think fighting can be healthy. I don't know. I don't even remember what the question was. But I asked them. They said yes, so they're stuck with me. Tasha's family gives me great presents. Tasha's family, the presents Tasha's sister gets me. I gotta shout out Chelsea. Chelsea's a gift giver. She gives me good little tchotchkes. I got little camping things and canteens. Your sister wants me to go out into the woods. Yeah, why is Tasha's sister getting me survival gear? She knows you very well, Tasha. She's like, you're gonna need a canteen if you're gonna marry my sister. You need a canteen and a hammock and this rope and a flint rock. All right. All right. Christina said, I like Becca, but her accent annoys me. It's all I can think about when she talks. Well, I like Becca's accent more than Hannah Brown's accent. I don't like a southern. There aren't many southern accents I like. I just think that. I'll tell you this. I'm the same way. I'm from New England. I don't like Boston accents. I don't like anyone who leans their identity on their accent. You ever meet someone like, dude, yeah, you know, it's like, all right, come on, we can talk English here, right, folks? Like Hannah's like roll tide, and you know, sometimes people, their voice changes when they talk with like-minded people. That's kind of survival technique, you know. Madonna starts talking British for no reason. Anyway. Can you guys still hear me? Are you over here? I don't know who I'm talking to. So I have... Oh, my phone's not even close to me. Tasha, I might have to have you grab my phone in a little minute. It's on the bed. I don't need it just yet, but I just realized I don't have my phone on me for calls. But I want you guys to give me a phone call. We're going to go till 5 o'clock Pacific time here. For you guys... Yeah, someone said, does Becca have an accent? Yeah, she's got a Minnesota... She's got a Minnesota accent. It's not a big one, but it comes out. I think it's endearing. And Andrea, am I saying that right? Andrea said, has Tasha's family ever caught you practicing your stand-up routine in front of the bathroom with no pants on? No, that hasn't happened, and it's a very specific question. Tasha's parents haven't seen me perform stand-up before. Her sister has. So that I think it's better that they don't. I think that's a decent thing, is that they don't see me, you know. If I did well, that would be great, but if I bombed, that would just be the end of it. All right, what else do we got going on? So there is, my big problem with the next 2 nights of the Bachelorette is that we know there isn't going to be too much that happens. This is like jury duty, when they just you got to hang out and wait for the deliberations. Like, what are we gonna learn from the fantasy suite? Do anyone have any thoughts? Are we gonna learn anything? The rumors have it that Brendan leaves. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm unspoiled. I don't know. Does he leave because he doesn't want to hook up with her? Thank you, honey. Did I get any voicemails here? Looks like someone wanted to be my friend on Venmo. I've been having some people ask me about my Venmo, so I'm going to put it right here. If anyone was looking to do a Christmas gift, that's not my Venmo. My Venmo's D Neal's. Leslie said, guys, sorry this is off topic. We love off topic. She said, sorry this is off topic, but I just saw this on Twitter. John Mulaney enters rehab for cocaine and alcohol abuse. Yeah, John Mulaney is one of the funniest Chicago Catholics. A very funny stand-up comedian, a former writer on SNL. He started drinking at the age of 13. He looks so straight-laced, but he started drinking and then doing drugs and has quit cold turkey before. But yes, today he entered a 60-day rehab on his own accord to overcome his demons, which, hey, what a better way to get into 2021. Very odd time to do it right before Christmas, You'd always be like, all right, well, can I wait a few days? But, hey, that's addiction, folks. If you have any addictions out there, don't be in denial. If you're doing anything that's cutting into your sleep and productivity, now is the time to address it and look forward to a new year where we can start fresh. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah, it was surprising to find out John Mulaney was like that because, you see some people with their addictions and they wear it, pretty obviously. Chris Farley died, like 25 years ago yesterday or something crazy like that. He was obviously just doing nothing but cocaine. The fattest guy to do cocaine. It takes a lot to be that overweight, and also, yeah, I don't know to expect anything super interesting with the fantasy suite. I don't see Tayshia spilling tea as Hannah Brown did. I don't see that serving her in any way. She did post a Psalm 46:5. Let's look that up. I wanted to know what that was. This is 46:5. This was on her bio. So let's see what we have over here. Talk about her Instagram real quick. So this was, God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. All right. Doesn't really provide too much context there, but that's a pretty, that's the quote that she's got over here on her, let me move my second here. So Tayshia stirred up some tea today. Julie says, do I think Ben is coming back? I think Ben will come back for some sort of clarity, but I don't think he'll be invited back. All right, so Tayshia posted, by the way, 1.3 million followers. Is she the most followed Bachelorette now? Who would have been big before her? Hannah Brown? Let's see what Hannah Brown's following is like. I know there's people that keep track of this. Am I pronouncing this right? Who's Lauren Lane? Oh yeah, she was pretty big. She was all right, Hannah Brown is 2.7, so that's way bigger. Hannah Brown must be the biggest one. But anyway, Tayshia had posted a sort of cryptic post this morning. Let's read it. And I think there's a typo in the first paragraph. She said, have something on my heart, wanted to share. It's a little long, but bear with me. She spelled it B-E-A-R. Is that correct? Bear with me, B-E-A-R? It's not bear, B-A-R-E? Bear with me. Bear with me or bear with me. Which is right? Let's ask Grammarly. Tasha says B-E-A-R. I believe you. Bear as a verb, B-E-A-R, means to endure. In its noun form, bear refers to a large furry animal. Bear with me. However, the correct phrase is B-E-A-R with me, not bear with me. All right, well, I showed my true colors not knowing that. Tasha corrects me. Tayshia corrects me. All the Tays. She said, I woke up this morning feeling extra grateful. Grateful for my past as it has led me to the now. Grateful for the opportunities that have come into my life over the past several months, allowing endless possibilities. Most of all, I'm grateful that I've had the chance to show my true, authentic self and share my heart with all of you as you've watched my journey unfold. I'll have to be the first one to admit that this whole reality TV thing isn't easy. Being only human, sometimes all of this is taxing. The last couple weeks have been a roller coaster to say the least. Watching the last few episodes, I've been reliving so much of what made the experience challenging. It's like I've been going through elements of it all a second time around. That being said, at times the ranging emotions have taken a toll on me, and other times brought me so much hope, cheer, and joy, all in real time. But I genuinely gave it my all during the whole experience. You could say she let it hang out. Her boobs! Lost a follower this week because they said I was crudely talking about her boobs. She let it all hang out. But I genuinely gave it all my for men I had the opportunity to meet and connect with. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you for being a part of this journey with me. I appreciate more than you know the immense amount of positive love and support I've received since the beginning. It has not gone unnoticed. It's crazy to think the end is near, but I'm excited for you to see where my heart leads me. While bittersweet, I know this is just the end of one chapter, and I can't wait to see where life takes me next. Let's freaking go! Signing off with love, your Bachelorette XO. And then Cassie Raynup said, proud of you. Can't wait to see where life takes you. Hope you feel so much love and support. And verified people and verified people and verified people. All right, so, but the problem there is bittersweet. Why did she choose the word bittersweet? Is it bitters? Yeah, but if you're there to pursue love and you find your love, it shouldn't be bittersweet. It should be, I'm excited for the next journey. But she said it's bittersweet, which makes people wonder: is it bittersweet because you had a great experience and you didn't get anything out of it, or what? So that's what we're. My whole thought is that I've come to the conclusion, along with a lot of you, that Zach's the guy, but that something happens at the engagement ceremony that leads to them not being together. That's the thought. That's me. No spoils. Because I look at it and I just don't see Ivan having a chance. But I also just don't see it ending well, not just because of the pandemic, but it's like a shortened season. It's already short enough. You take 12 less days out of that, I mean, tough. Jen said she's sad, guys. Julie said, I hope she's not broken up by now. Lesia said, I saw the comment on Reality Steve's website. Ben comes back, apologizes for wearing so many scoop neck tees and promises to give all 50 of them to Goodwill. Could happen. I like a good scoop neck tee. My thing with Ben is he's strong, and if you're strong, you want to come over here, Tasha? You sure? But I think people want to say hi to you. You have an obligation, Tasha. You're the first fiance of Bachelor Nation. Do you guys want first fiance to come onto the chat right now? Lesia said, Goodwill refuses to take awful tees because no man should ever wear a scoop neck tee, especially men who have necks the same width as their heads. The end scene. Look, I'm going to go out there and stick out for Ben's clavicle and think that it's actually... I like to show a little bit here when you got it. Women get to do it. No one knows their body like a lady with a good pair of, assets. You know what your asset is. You know what pose looks good on you. Maybe Ben's got good intel that he's got a nice collarbone and he wants to show it off. I mean, back in my day, back in my 20s, I had V-necks that went down to my belly button, for God's sakes. I had a nice chest back in the day. That was my feature. I wouldn't show off the abs. I didn't have much going on there. Christina says, first fiance, you guys are cute. Annie said, we definitely need some Tasha. And then Jen said, come say hello, Tasha. Look, Tasha, it's not me, it's the people. So, she's making pasta, but I think she's on her way in. Leslie said, what's the male equivalent of yoga pants? I like a good above the knee short. I like a good above the knee short with a little bulge. I don't want to know too much about your insides and out, but a nice little bulge. I like it when they have to blur out a guy's swim trunks. Hey, you coming over here? Oh, she needs a second, guys. She's making some pasta. Sabine said, we really only are here for Tasha cameos. Oz said, first lady of Los Angeles. I wanted to give a shout out over here too. Let me I took a photo of this because I was packing it away, but I wanted to make sure to give a full... this photo's not going to look good. This is a... you guys might not be able to see this. You know what? I'm going to airdrop this to my computer and show you guys. Hold on, guys. Oh, it's not hooked up. Oh, there it goes. Give me a second. Andrea said, goodbye, single life. Hello, ride or die family. Andrea said, all marriages are bittersweet. What's your relationship status, Andrea? And then Annie said, we people sub to Dave, need for the Boone and Tasha. All right, well, look, not really feeling the love over here, but bear with me for a second, folks. I want to do, I think if I slide this here, hold on, I'm trying to pull up an image that I took. I wanted to share with you guys. If I feel nothing feels bittersweet to me. I was about to swear. Hold on, guys. Where did it go? I'm trying. Hold on. Don't leave me now, folks. It'll be worth it. Maybe not. By the way, happy Conjunction Day. It's winter solstice, and that means it is the day where Jupiter and Saturn align. And all right, you know what? I thought I'd be able to open this thing. I need a producer who can do stuff like this on the fly. Open with... All right, I can't open it. I had a photo I wanted to open for you guys. It's gone. But I did want to do this. I wanted to give a shout out to our moderator of the chat room, Oz. Oz, I've got a Christmas present heading to you, and I took a photo of it, and you might not be able to see it, but it's made out to the Sheriff Oz. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's some homemade soap for you, Oz, and we appreciate you being so supportive. Tasha wants to know if I gave away his address. Yes, he's in Vancouver. Ladies, go find him. No, I didn't give his address, Tasha. Tasha's so nervous I'm going to mess up some. I did give away someone's address earlier this year, so you have a point. I think that whoever's address, I gave someone's address away accidentally, but she did tell me her, no, I gave away her phone number. She told me her phone number on the voicemail, and I couldn't turn it off in time. But, whatever. It happens. It looks like I've got one voicemail so far, so I'm going to let you guys know if you want to leave a voicemail, call me up. Of course. Andrew said, I am very closely connected and intertwined in the lives of two little boys of a best friend who I helped through his separation. Then we got involved and now trying to figure things out for the boys. You mean, okay, let me break this down, Andrea. This is way more interesting than Bachelor news. You started helping a guy out and then you fell for him and now you're with that guy? Is that right? Priscilla's in the house. Hello, Priscilla. Good to see you. Jessica asked if anyone saw Tenet. I haven't seen that yet. Julia, we are drinking Peppermint Patty Stout. This is a 8.5%, although I don't feel a buzz at all. I'm kind of nursing it, though. It's hard to drink and talk at the same time. It's a pastry stout made with peppermint and mocha, and it's very delicious. Made from Uinta Brewing Company in Mormon country, Salt Lake City, Utah. Yes, Andrea, days get longer starting tomorrow. This is the darkest day of the year. Andrew said, okay, so, Andrew said, I too am in Canada, so Jen, can we pour one out for the darkness? Boy, it must be dark over there. I don't want to rub this in too much, but it was 82 degrees today in Los Angeles. 82 degrees. Let's take this second to play a voicemail. Let me just double check that I'm connected over here. So tomorrow night, we're going to go live, folks. We have 87 viewers right now. I want to thank you guys so much for being in this live stream. I am planning so much for the next season of Bachelor. I'm taking it up to a new level, new graphics. I got the new software I've invested in. I've just started to learn it. We're going to revamp everything for the new Matt James season. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be doing West Coast live streams right after the episode ends. I'm going to be doing that all next season. Unless, they bomb and no one wants to show up, but I think they'll be good. So what I need from you guys is to show me some love. Tuesday night, tomorrow, as soon as Bachelor ends, I'm hitting the stream, and I'll probably turn it on 10 minutes before Bachelor ends and just get ready. And as soon as the TV goes off, I need you to get on the computer and talk to me. We're going to have a post-Bachelor episode. Tasha, will you join me for that? Will you join me? Maybe we'll dress up. Maybe we'll put some nice clothes on. Should we do that on New Year's? Should we do a New Year's live stream? We got nowhere to go. Here we go. Here, I'll give a good intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Northern Kentucky, in her early 30s, Tasha Marie Courtney.
Okie doke. Oh, boy.
Listen in here.
Okay, yep,
If you need
I
anything.
can hear you.
We're going to play a voicemail, and you do the reading.
Okay.
You know if there's anything we missed over here. Yeah, Lesia loves the upgrades. It's going to be big-time upgrades. We've got everything we need to make this a global West Coast empire. Michelle's going to be off Wednesday, so she's going to stay up. You're on the East Coast. Oh, I just got a cramp. I ran. I can't cross my legs. Oh, boy. Oh, see, it's cramping. Ah. Oh.
Are you going to be all right?
I'm trying to cross my legs because I have no...
Stand up and stretch.
I have nowhere to sit. Here, want a little stout? Have you tried this one? Do you want to go get a cider? No. All right, here we go. Let me make sure we're connected here. And as soon as we're connected, we are not. I'm going to connect, and then we're going to play a voicemail on the Rodecaster Pro. Let's see if we have this connection here.
5 degrees in Ireland today.
I heard Ireland is the second best place to live in the world.
What's the first?
Norway.
Yeah, Norway.
Ireland
ranks high every year on like the
But I was
happiness
surprised
index.
Ireland because there's a lot of fighting and drunkenness. You know, there's a lot of also, you know, Catholicism. That can't be the happiest thing. No one's like, "Woo, I'm Catholic. Let's party." It's kind of like, "Oh, I'm sorry for living." I can say that. Here we go. So I don't. Is this a voicemail from Oz or is it someone else? I'm not too sure. Can you hear? Get into my ear and listen. We're gonna listen to this first voicemail. We don't have any other voicemails, ladies. I challenge the ladies to leave a voicemail. We haven't got a voicemail in a while. What's the I'm gonna go to the starting stream. Voicemail 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. I gotta type it in. 401. What did I say? I already forgot.
Just scroll up on the page you were on.
401-213-9828. 401-213.
No, 283.
283?
I don't know. Scroll up, Dave.
What do you mean scroll up?
That's the starting tune right there, so you can just see it and
213-9828. So
all you had to do was scroll back down. 213-9828.
Hold on, I lost it. Where did it go?
Just scroll down
I'm
the page.
scrolling. It's gone.
Right here.
3. Is it 3?
9828.
Oh, wait, something. Sorry. 98. See, look,
All right,
I just
I'm walking
no. I just started sweating from doing that. Oh, no, we didn't even play the voicemail yet.
I got something boiling over.
Oh boy, jeez, Tasha. She's like, do you guys understand how? By the way, we hit 101 viewers right now. Big shout out. Tasha joins and we jump 15 viewers. Methinks we need to get Tasha over here in a bikini for the rest of the show. Tasha, how bad do you want that Bassadown farm? Let's go. All right, here we go. 401-213-9828. I need a female to call in. I have 0 female representation on the voicemail line. Call in right now, leave a voicemail, and I'm going to get to our first voicemail. But are you going to come back? All right, because I don't want to have to do the thing where I relay the voicemail to you. So come back. We'll play our first voicemail. Julie shared on Twitter. Hey, that was probably it. Well, we just dropped down to 94. As soon as Tasha walked away, we lost 7 dudes. 7 dudes were over there getting real excited for old Tasha Marie. What's for dinner, Tasha? She's making some, I don't know. What are you cooking over there?
Pesto pasta.
Pesto. All right, here we go. Can you hear me? I think we're connected. First voicemail.
Dave, so for Matt James, they have 17 women of color, which is the highest number ever. So that's good. So I guess you have all different shades of the rainbow. That's a good thing, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good season. It's about time they have a lot of diversity in the cast and reflected in the lead as well. So it's about time, and it's coming up soon. So we'll see what happens. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.
Sheriff Oz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the call, my man. 17 women of color.
Highest ever.
Highest ever. Of course, well, Matt James is black, so that makes a lot of sense. But I wonder what the number was. What was the number of men of color when Rachel was Bachelorette? I wonder how that broke down. What I would like to see, what would be interesting for me, is to get a crack at the demographics of people that are watching. You know, I think the reason Bachelor, wasn't diverse for the first 15 years was because they were afraid to lose this white base. You know, they had a very white base. All of the country, you know, whenever you watch American Idol, everyone who wins, it's always some like, well, Jesus Christ saves me, we're all tied. It's always like just they win the vote of middle America. Nothing against that, but I think ABC was afraid to rile up the base. But did they get introduced to a whole new diverse crowd? We'll have to see. Clearly it's been working for them because they keep up with this. But what's interesting is, you know, way back in the day, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette would be a complete unknown. They'd get some random bloke, you know, some heir to, you know, some tire company or whatever. You know, they'd get the Firestone heir or something, just some random, you know, C-list person to be Bachelor. But then once the season started going, they would just kind of have this minor league pipeline. But Matt James, friends with Tyler Cameron, was supposed to be on Claire's season because of the delay. I mean, his whole life has been changed. If Matt James finds love and has a kid, literally the pandemic will be the butterfly effect to make that happen. Otherwise, he might have been with Claire, and God knows what would have happened. You know, then Dale's still doing Party City ads. Like, the whole world changes because of the pandemic. And yet we are still here.
Julie said Mike should have been Bachelor. Was that the guy from Hannah's season that we were in love with?
Oz loved Mike.
Yeah, he was really good.
There was nothing wrong with Mike whatsoever.
He was really
I think
charming.
they ended up choosing Colton, which we know how that worked out.
Yikes.
So, yeah, there was nothing wrong with Mike. I don't know why. You know, they do these psych evals and they get to know them better than we do, but seemed like a stand-up guy, you know, so who knows?
Maybe he wasn't interested.
So Tyler Cameron and Matt James have created their own line of merchandise, and a lot of people are annoyed by that. I'm like a free market capitalist when it comes to sell.
Who's Matt James?
He's the new Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
So they're all in this they were in this like initial quarantine group. It was like Hannah Brown and Tyler Cameron, which, by the way, Tyler Cameron friend-zoned Hannah Brown so bad. I cannot be convinced that she shut him down. He is light years ahead of her in the like full.
He dated like TG to Deed or something, right?
He went from dating Roll Tide. I don't know if this is the Roll Tide. That's like a Longhorn thing. Whatever Roll Tide, Roll Tide, whatever that is. And then he starts dating Gigi Hadid, one of the probably most famous people in the world. And it's like, and then Hannah Brown's, and everyone's like, I wonder if Hannah Brown will take him back. And it's like, I think you got it twisted. Like this guy's in the driver's seat. So anyway, I don't know if that's true or not, but Jessica Lee wants Lisa. Wait, who's Lisa? Wait, what did Lisa say?
Lisa.
Low key, I would go on The Bachelor. Hey, Lisa, I'll vouch for you right now. What's your type? What are you looking for? You know, what's going on? Put some music on. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to some music here. Going back to that music.
Got nominated to YouTube recap groups.
I would support that. I think I've got enough. I think if
She said she's single earlier in the comments.
Lisa.
And she's in LA, so you're like in the hot spot. You don't have to go far for casting.
Wait, Lisa, forgive me because we talk to a lot of random people. Are you our Koreatown friend? I think Lisa lives near the bowling alley. Yeah, I could be wrong. I could have the wrong person. But Lisa, send us your Instagram, and we are gonna get you at the very least laid. That's our goal. When you're in a relationship, your goal just becomes trying to let other people procreate. That's really all it is. That's what gets us excited. We haven't put together a relationship. In college, my roommate, I introduced him to his now wife and kids. So talk about butterfly effect. I mean, one day you're chugging beers out of a boot with some guy. The next thing you know, you're introducing him to his baby's mama. Life comes at you fast. Lisa, are you going to be in Koreatown for a while? We just looked at a new apartment yesterday in the valley, but it wasn't really, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. But as you've seen our place, we are, you could probably drive by and see us. We got this big picture window, and I'm just, hanging out on the other end. We're not exactly hidden from our location here. So Lisa, her Instagram is Lisa Reed Maker. Let's see if we can, let's all go to Lisa's Instagram, and we'll see if, this will be the last 7 minutes of the recap here, because I'm gonna stop at 8 o'clock for the East Coast people. That's 5 o'clock Pacific Coast. And if people want to stick around, maybe we'll go for a few more minutes. By the way, Oz is looking good. I just pulled up Oz's Instagram. What's this new photo? You got Oz. Look at Oz. He's looking like he's going to a New Year's Eve party. Throwback picture. Red carpet. Looking good, Oz. Oz. I'm looking at it. I'm blowing up Oz's Instagram. There's Oz right there. That's Sheriff Oz to all of you. You need to change your Instagram to Sheriff Oz. Anyway, sorry. Tell you, Tasha, look at him. He looks like he's a Men in Black. Oh, she's going to come see. Well, I got to go to Lisa's. We're going to Lisa Reed Maker. Oh, you want to see Oz? There's Oz right there. Wow. Yeah, it looks like he's about to go do that neuralizer, that Men in Black. Okay, so Lisa Reed Maker. We're going over here. Let's see who we can introduce. Oh, I got to follow you back. Lisa's, Lisa's tailor-made for Bachelor. We got to get Lisa on. You got Becca Martinez energy. Yeah, you're gonna be the bookworm option. Are you a bookworm? There's Lisa. All right, Lisa. I'm nominating Lisa for Bachelor. Of course, you're gonna have to stay single for the next year since this season's casting's all over. The cozy ASMR likes my tie. Well, I had to fight with Tasha to buy this tie. She did not think this was worth $4.50. But I digress. This tie's got glitter for days. Lisa said she's moving to Colorado until September, and then I'll probably come back. Mystic Firefly made it tonight. Hello, Mystic Firefly. Lisa said I have a major crush on Noah, if that explains my type. Noah doesn't explain your type in the sense that he's not exactly like a category to me. He's a bro, but he's a nurse. I don't really know what I would consider Noah. But you're not gonna go over here and help us get Lisa on the show? Lisa, I know some of the producers on The Bachelor. We don't talk about that on the show here. Here's a photo of Lisa. What's up with the glasses? Are they prescription? Are these prescription glasses, or are they just for show? We're gonna get Lisa. What if Lisa ends up marrying the guy and has kids? Does she have to name one of them Dave and one of them Tasha? I think we have naming rights to Lisa's future children, is how it goes. What's your I'm not a size queen here, but are you short? Are you petite? Trying to see what. Oh yeah, you can tell. She moved to I'm a year back. You went to USC Thornton School of Music, so you're a performer. But on The Bachelor, you're not going to be able to, they're not going to let you say you're a performer. You're going to have to say like you're a barista or something. Anyway, I'm done creeping on you. Yeah, has there never been a bachelorette with glasses? Lisa's 5 feet tall. You know who you need Alex from The Bachelorette. Remember Alex, Lord Farquaad, we called him? Now, Lisa, well, tell me, you said you like Noah, but what type of guy? And by the way, for all those that are watching on the East Coast and you need to leave, by all means, get out of here, you crazy cats. Go enjoy it. Tomorrow night, as soon as The Bachelorette ends, come over to YouTube and at least say hi to me. I'm going to have a couple special things going on. We're going to treat it like our Super Bowl, and it's going to be a little bit of a dry run for future post-episode live streams. Sorry? When it ends West Coast time, yes, I'm going to be the Dave Neal's after the final rose ceremony on the West Coast. So we're gonna hit it up hard on the West Coast. If you're an East Coaster who works the third shift, we have a few people out there that told me they love West Coast content because they work late at night. I'm here to keep you hanging out. Okay. Bye, Julie. So Lisa. I feel like you should call in. Maybe, hey, Lisa, how about this? If you're up tomorrow night, call in and leave a voicemail and tell us what you like about guys. You like tall guys. You like a guy that will make you what? Rachel said, speaking of Koreatown, I want some fried Korean cheese dogs. Have you had that before, Tasha? Tasha lived in Korea. If you listened to yesterday's podcast, we talked about Tasha's Christmas living in Korea. Lisa said, I like adventurous guys. Why'd you say You said that like it's some sort of like innuendo. She goes, I like adventurous guys. I'm kind of shy, but I just need someone to get me out of my shell. Wow. Lisa wants a guy to get her out of her shell. She wants to be shucked, if you will. Lisa wants a good shucking. Lisa's down to shuck, folks. You heard it here first. I'm playing the female screaming noises. Shuck what I said. It don't mean bish now. Mystic said, Dave, try to get a bachelorette with a single granny. You want a mature bachelorette? Rachel said, I got the notification for the podcast. Going to listen tomorrow. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you got that notification. Vlogmas ends in 3 days. I wanted to give a shout out to all those that have watched Vlogmas. It has been a marathon for me. It has been exhausting, and it's felt like a grad school. And for those of you that have said, I'm sad it's going to be over, I just appreciate you guys. As soon as it is over, I'll do like a post-Christmas wrap-up. But I'm already looking forward to putting a wrap on an adventurous 25 straight days of video logs, aka vlogs. Jen has to go. Bye, Jen. Have a good one. Jen says the delivery is tonight. As soon as it gets delivered, I'm going to open it on my vlog. I appreciate you sending me a package. Thank you so much. Christina Anders is out later. Gator. Bye, Christina. So, Lisa, what's the appropriate height for a guy? Like, what are you looking for? Rachel's an East Coaster. Bye. I love that all my East Coasters are going to school right now. 4:59. Bye, Dave. I'm going to stick around for like 5 more minutes, but for all those East Coasters, feel free to leave. I will escort you out of the chat. Lesia said, Dave, you're going to need a name for your soon-to-be media conglomerate. SAP Media? SAP is short for the Sex Actually Podcast. SAP, yeah, you know me. We went with SAP because sometimes you can't say sex anymore online without getting shadow banned. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, I got to abbreviate this. So we just call it the SAP. SAP Studios. It's a good jam. All right, I'm working my way out of here, folks. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Lisa, you said, I like a guy that will make me, and then you didn't say anything after that. Did they ban what you said? It's making me more interested. Annie's East Coast, but has to watch on Hulu due to no cable. Well, you know what I do is we watch it on broadcast TV. We bought like a $10 broadcast thing for our TV so we can watch it live. And then we have the Roku TV so we can hit pause, so we can pause it up to like 90 minutes. So if we need to like pause it, or say we're, cooking dinner and we need to pause it, we can fast forward through the commercials, because I used to watch it the next day as well. But honestly, when I watch it the next day, I'm rushed to get my recaps up. It becomes a whole thing, and it becomes quite a hassle. I've yet to get into the system of the people that get the episode ahead of time. I know they're out there, the Nick Viles of the world. I know that they get the episode ahead of time, and I would greatly appreciate that, because the recaps are already out on the East Coast. Like if you look on the East Coast, as soon as the episode airs, they'll like put up their Entertainment Tonight recap, and it's like, that's not fair. Lisa said her app closed when she typed that. So Lisa, you like a guy who's 5'10" and up. Maybe my mind could be changed, but I've dated multiple guys who are 6'2". So what if you met a guy who's 5'7"? He would be over half a foot taller than you, and that's not tall enough? Is it because you want your kids to have a fighting chance? Are you trying to change the gene pool? Leslie said, Dave, is that like a play on Love Actually? It's exactly a play on Love Actually. It's like, it's Love Actually, but it's Sex Actually. It's really obviously more than sex. It's communications, and the whole podcast is really just a conversation about whatever we want to talk about. But, my name isn't something that is Googleable in the sense that I'm not a celebrity or famous for anything. So there's if I were, it would be just Dave Neal Podcast, or it'd be whatever it is. But, you got to be creative out there online and get into your niche, which we're not really that much into a niche. There's no niche. Maybe I guess Bachelor Recaps is a niche when you think about it. But anyway, Lisa, stay in touch. We're going to get you on the show. Yeah, you'll be the first recap. Although I'm sure there's a lot of people that have been dabbling in the Bachelor world that go on the show, but they probably just don't share that side of it, because in the end you come off kind of looking like a stalker. Bachelor Superfan, yeah, that was a couple years ago. He didn't do well though. Yeah, Bachelor Superfan didn't do well. The Cozy ASMR said, leaving, but want to say you're one of my go-tos for batch content, and also your fiance has the most beautiful hair. Wow. You hear that, Tasha? You have beautiful hair. Thank you so much for that nice compliment to both of us. Yes, I'm going to get out of here, but you guys, I want everyone to call in for tomorrow's episode. Leave a voicemail as soon as the show ends, or as soon as whatever. Call in. We'll have a good time. It's going to be fun. But anyone who applies to be on the show usually knows how it goes. It was interesting that Bennett had written off going on Bachelor in Paradise. He said he's done with it. He wants to find his match, and he doesn't want to deal with that drama anymore. So it'll be interesting to see if he keeps his word. We'll have to see. I'm going to let you guys go, though, because we got to get ready for the episode over here. Like I said, tomorrow night, 10 p.m., as soon as the episode ends on the West Coast, we'll be doing After the Final Rose, Dave style. Maybe Tasha will join us. Maybe we'll dress up nice and look good. Maybe not. Maybe we'll be in our Christmas pajamas, put our retainers on. We'll have to see. But maybe we'll just eat pasta the whole time. Hey, Jacqueline, there you are. See you tomorrow. Sending love from Ireland. Thank you so much. How do I say? What's the Irish? What's the Irish cheers? Not Shanta. What is it? Sláinte. Those Gaelics, and they put G's and H's on everything. Sláinte. Lisa's going to call in. Jacqueline, Lisa, please call in. Jacqueline, call in. And if anyone else, I know we have a South African listener. I want my international people calling in for tomorrow's episode. So please call in. If you can't do the Google Voice, in the description, I put the WhatsApp number, or you can just email me a voice note, whatever works for you guys. I'm going to hang out in the comment section for a few minutes just to wrap things up, but I am going to sign off with you guys. Turn this off over here. I'll put my Christmas in LA song on, which is my favorite new song. And thank you guys so much for sticking around, for being there with me, for showing up when I needed you the most. You guys have been amazing. Put the end screen up. And of course, I'll have tonight's episode recap up later tonight. So if you could check that out, give it a like, leave a comment, and we're just going to barrel through with the content. Vlogmas continues. 4 more days. Bye, everybody. So I'm going to send it right now to you. Kayla asked how she can watch live from South Africa. I'm on YouTube. This is it. Tomorrow night. I guess it'll be the next day for you. Sorry, Rachel. You have a website that you stream the show from? I'd love to stream the East Coast show. I've always wanted to be able to watch it earlier so I could get my recaps in order. Hey, Susan, no worries. Susan, tomorrow night, you're on the West Coast, Susan, so maybe you'll be awake, but I'm going to do an After the Final Rose. As soon as the show ends tomorrow night, I'm doing a live stream. I'm excited. Tomorrow night's live stream will be a test. And if it goes well, then we'll have a good thing for us next season starting January 4th. The next season is a whole 2 weeks from tonight. Thanks, Susan. We look forward to seeing you. I'm thinking about wearing a suit. I'm thinking about dressing up for it. Yeah, very quick turnaround. You know, they got money to make up. You know, they're running behind. Daddy Harrison's got to buy a new car. Is Oklahoma on East Coast time? No, they're not East Coast, right? All right, I'm going to wear a suit tomorrow night. Maybe I'll even set up my green screen and I will make it look like I'm in the After the Final Rose studio. How does that sound? Is that too obnoxious? That'd be so fun. I bought this green screen at the beginning of the pandemic and I haven't been able to use it. All right, final song. Final song alert. This is it. Sometimes I wonder how... There's still 56 people in the chat room. Sometimes I just wonder how long people will stay in there. I could go all night. So can Hannah Brown, apparently. Oh, Rachel, I just got your direct message with the website link. Thank you. Rachel hooking it up. I'm going to follow you back, Rachel. Four times in a windmill. That's solar energy if I ever saw it. Susan, you're not wrong. The longer, I think, that's why I think I can't wait to do my 10-hour live stream, because I think it could pick up steam. I need a reason for people to stick around. Maybe I will do a, and I don't know if anyone has any interest in this, but maybe I'll do like a 8,000 subscriber, 3-hour live stream celebration. I'm still pretty far away from that. I'm still 750 away. But I have to say, I challenged people on Thursday to step it up to get me to 7,200 subscribers. And you guys got me up to 7,255. So you all stepped it up bigly. 2 Diet Cokes an hour. That's right, Oz. I'll come at you guys. I'll get some Surge energy drinks. We'll throw a party. This is it for me. This is the final 10 seconds, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I got my recap I'll be doing tonight, so I'll see you in the comment section there, and then we will party. Thank you guys for being so supportive. I appreciate all of you so much, and we'll see you later.